Hello, CoinSummit. I'm here to talk to you about Coinffeine, the distributed Bitcoin exchange. So let me tell you a bit about the problem we're trying to solve. One of the most common ways to get a hold of new Bitcoins nowadays is you use a Bitcoin exchange to buy them from someone else. The way these work is, well, you go to their website, open up an account. They will ask you for verification documents. You need to look for them in the drawers, scan them, send them in, wait for a couple of days. And once that's done, your account is verified and you can send your money, whether it's the Bitcoins you're trying to sell or the euros you'll use to buy. And when I say euros, I really mean fiat currency, dollars, whatever, but I'll stick with euros for conciseness. So once the money is in, you can place a buy or sell order. The market will match you up with someone else and it will swap euros and Bitcoins, and now you can withdraw. The problem here is that once you've sent your money to the Bitcoin platform, you've basically lost control over it. And you might think, well, it's really not a big deal if you're using a reputable Bitcoin platform, and that's a fair point. But a few months ago, the definition of a reputable Bitcoin platform was empty logs, and we all know how that ended. So we thought that this was a problem that needed to be solved. And we needed to do something about it. So we wanted to decentralize the design of Bitcoin platforms. And we set up some guiding principles to do that. The first one is, since we're building a distributed network, we want the Coinffeine network to continue working even if we're gone. So if we go bankrupt, not only our clients should not lose money, that's a given, they should continue to be able to trade freely euros and Bitcoins. In other words, this means that we do not want any single point of failure or trusted third parties. We wanted to reuse the existing financial infrastructure rather than reinvent the wheel. So, and that also gives us some nice legal guarantees. Finally, we wanted to think globally. We do not want to end up with a solution where you can only trade Bitcoins with the people in your neighborhood or your city. So we've been working on this for some months now, and we've come up with a solution for this problem. There's actually two sub-problems. The first problem is, if you're paired up with some random person on the internet that you do not trust, how do you exchange money, right? Do you send the Bitcoins? Will he send me the euros back? How does that work? So we've created the Coinffeine protocol, which has some nice game theory properties. We're basically incentivizing the participants to continue and move forward with the exchange. And we will penalize them if they are trying to cheat. The problem is the internet is really big, so you might get paired up with some crazy dude who is willing to lose his own wealth just to make you lose yours, right? There's nothing we can do about that. But we can minimize the impact of that scenario. And for that, we're using micropayment channels. We basically guarantee that worst case scenario, you will never lose more than 2 euros in your transactions, even if your exchange is for a million euros. And in order to send the euros from one person to another, we are using payment processors. Payment processors are websites like PayPal, in which you can send payments from one user to another. In PayPal, you can try and revert a transaction once it's been made, so that's not really good for our scenario. And we're using non-reversible payment processors, such as OKPay, which is the first one we'll support, but there are also others we want to support, like Duola and Perfect Money. The other part is, once you know how to exchange the money, you still need to be able to pair up buy and sell orders in an efficient and fair way. And even there, we do not want single points of failures or trusted third parties. And we've been able to solve this through the gossip protocol and consensus mechanisms. So it turns out our solution has some nice properties that I think are worth overviewing. The first one is we're creating a truly global market. If you're a person in China and you want to buy a Bitcoin from someone in the UK, Coinffeine enables you to do that. And you might be thinking, that's if the Chinese government lets you. And of course, we don't want anyone doing anything illegal here. But Bitcoin transactions between individuals are still legal in China. And since this is a pure peer-to-peer network, there is no middleman. It really is a Bitcoin transaction between individuals. So we think that we might fit the definition of legality for China. Also, we're not exclusive to Bitcoin. So we can trade fiat money for anything that is backed by a blockchain. So you could think about the potential of using, for example, colored coins, and we could end up with a distributed shares marketplace. We enable trading. So our solution is not based on bank wire transfers, which takes days to clear. So our exchanges happen in minutes, not days, and that enables a certain amount of trading. We do not charge you any fees. You still need to pay the standard Bitcoin transaction fees and any fee that your payment processor might want to charge you. But even if you factor those into the equation, we are still competitive price-wise with, let's say, Bitstamp. You get enhanced privacy. Since this is a peer-to-peer network, you just download the client, hop in, and start trading. No need to open up an account and send validation documents. You also have immediate availability. In traditional Bitcoin exchanges, you need to withdraw your money back to your account. In Coinffeine, you're just using your OKPay account and your Bitcoin address to perform the exchange. So as soon as the exchange is done, you can start spending. And some payment processors will even give you a Visa card. So you can just literally start spending as soon as the exchange is done. And finally, we're open source. So we're open to code audits, and we're not doing anything evil for the user. And we're even open to contributions if anyone's up for that. Thank you very much.